Hello and welcome to Riffle Shuffle and Roll. Today I'm excited to show you the newest iteration of Uno to hit the shelves, Uno Teams. This is a partnership version of the game with some pretty significant changes to wildcard rules and how to actually win. So let's dive in and check out what those differences are. Right away, there is a big difference in how to set up for the game. First, you're going to determine who your partner is, and then they are going to sit across from you at the table. Much like in any traditional partnership game, like euchre or spades, you just need to sit at the table with your partner straight across from you. After the deal, you and your partner will swap one card. You will pass one card to each other. So that's kind of a fun way to help stack your partner's hand with something you think they can use. All of the classic action cards are there. Reverse, skip, and draw two. There's nothing new added to that particular part of the deck. However, there are two new wild cards. The first is called the Wild Team Play card. When you play this card, you choose what color must be played next. Every person between you and your partner is skipped, and your partner must play next. But be careful. If they do not have the color that you called, you have to draw two cards as a penalty. Regardless of whether or not they can play to the pile, play will continue from them. So if they could, they add that card to the pile and play continues on. If they couldn't, you draw your penalty cards, they draw a card because they're unable to add to the pile, and then they can either play that card or pass. Next, we have the Wild Team Draw 4. When you play this card, the next person has to draw two, and their partner has to draw two, even if they're out of the game. And we'll talk about that here in a minute. Then you call what color must be played next, and the person after them will go. So, as I mentioned, let's talk about how to go out. In this game, when you get down to a single card, you must say Uno, but your partner can have your back. If you forget to say Uno, they can also say Uno for you. When you empty your hand, your partner will give you half of the cards they have in your hand. If they only have one card, then you are temporarily out of the game, but you can be tagged back in as soon as they get more than one card in their hand, or you are forced to draw cards by that Wild Team Draw 4. And finally, the last little change to the deck is that some of the cards have a pass symbol on them. When you play a card with a pass symbol, you and your partner exchange one card. Now again, if they're out, then they don't have any cards to exchange and you can't do that. Only if both you and your partner are still in the game does the passing action take place. Scorekeeping for this game is the same. Numbered cards are worth the value of the number on the card. Action cards are worth 20 points, and then wild cards are worth 50. Overall, I think it's a really fun idea to try to turn this into a partnership game, and I think they've added just the right ingredients to make this something that is worth owning. Sure, you can play partnership Uno already with the standard Uno deck, but you're missing the passing symbol on some of the cards. You're missing those fun wild cards that lean into the partnership theme. And I also want to point out on the Uno app, the official Uno app, there's already two different ways to play with partners, and they're both really good. The difference is with the app, you're able to see your partner's hand, which allows you guys to strategize a little more about how you play your cards. Plus, there's stacking on the app. It's a much crazier game, but it is really enjoyable. All right, well, that is a look at Uno Teams. The best way you can support me here at the channel, if you find this kind of content entertaining, is to subscribe, ring the bell, give the video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. All of those things really help me out. If you would like to watch more card game tutorials, I've got a playlist for you floating here on either side of my head. And that pretty much wraps it up for today. So until next time, keep on playing.